our challenge was how might we create educational offerings for adults who want to improve their employment opportunities. And we present to you 3 individual cases of folks who may take advantage of this new wonderful program. One is Jorge. Jorge started college right out of high school. He dropped out after 1 semester when he found it just wasn't his thing. He has been working at a car wash, so he's underemployed. And he also has spent the last several years running a church youth group. Okay, he's active as a church youth leader. Mary just returned a waitress job after having her 2nd child. She's been employed for a waitress for 12 years. She's a single parent, and she's also helping her own parents at home. And finally, John. John went into the Army immediately after graduating from high school, 4 years of service, and then went back to work in the plant, the textiles plant in his hometown. He was there for 30 years until the plant closed and he was named obsolete.
So we really wanted to figure out how we created social mobility across all the spectrums of adults who needed additional employment. And we've created MYNE. So what we've envisioned is these little dots represent all of your experiences, your work experiences, your life experiences. We've talked a lot about how each individual one of us in this room do things outside of work, but also do things within work that count as experience that could be employability skills. We want to take those experiences, and we know that you put them on social media. We also know that you end up putting them into things like your resume, and so we wanted to provide sort of the new school, so LinkedIn and Facebook, and old school, which is sort of your resume or ability to sort of write your own story in, mine that data, so that's where MYNE comes in, and put it into our skills translator, which is a fancy algorithm that goes like this. And within the skills translator, out comes your employability skills. And we think it's really important, especially for folks who are low income, who may not think they have the skills they need to be employed. They actually do things like participate in their church youth group, or do their church luncheon, or are taking care of their parents. And they may have really fantastic skills that they aren't quite able to translate into employment. And so out spits your job opportunities within your zip code, out pops the skills gaps that you may have if you want to get some more skills and training, local support, so if you wanted to go to a community-based organization or your local workforce career center, or additional skills branding. So if you can't quite figure out how to say, I do my school or my church youth group, how do we give you the language to be able to put that within your resume?
So we're mining assets to promote social mobility through new employment. So let's talk about how Jorge might use this. Well, Jorge has a Facebook account, and he documents extensively his work within the church. He also talks about all the day-to-day experiences he has with various customers at the car wash, okay? Well, he doesn't have a traditional resume, but what he has is a lot of stories about his experience. And so he goes into MYNE, and there's an opportunity to either create a verbal story with prompts, or to actually call in and tell your story to somebody and have it translated, including if you don't speak English, into an English language platform. So what pops out using this fancy algorithm is a set of skills. Somebody names for him all the various things that he has going for him that can translate into a new kind of employment setting. It also identifies possible job categories matching with ONET database, identifying the kinds of jobs that he might get with his particular set of skills. It also identifies aspirational jobs and what he might be able to do in order to get him to the place where he could get one of those jobs, identifies gaps, and then presents some opportunities he might have to fill those gaps, possibly through classes. So he takes a couple of online classes, he goes back and updates his MYNE profile with all the new information from this class. It might even upload the syllabus from the course, gets a new set of skills translator output, which then he uses to present to different potential employers, and he winds up with a job as a youth worker and also entrepreneurship skills to develop his own business doing custom auto detailing.
And I think the thing that's most important to us about this is it's asset-based. We want to make sure that folks realize you have this like package of skills that you might not even know that you possess, and those skills can be translated into really amazing employment opportunities down the line. And ultimately, we see this as a tool in working with partners like Google or you name it. The folks who do artificial intelligence are going to love this thing and do it for free for us. And so they'll help us create this amazing algorithm that will also provide data that companies and employers will want to use to inform their practices as well. And so we see this as a space that the output that we collect as part of the product will be really useful and valuable. And ultimately, we know that folks will want to advertise on this thing like crazy. So we're really excited about this, and we ask you to help join in MYNE.
Thank you.